Welcome to 7 Days to Die, Alpha 20 experimental. Basically what we're going to do is do some drop testing to see how much damage a zombie will take from anywhere from 5 blocks up to 100 blocks. Okay, what we're going to do in this video is we will use the zombie businessman as a default and to see what happens over there. Also what we're going to do is, one of the things I've picked up is there seems to be a variation in the zombie health in the same type of zombie. So we'll take a look at that while we're busy with this test. Let me set up for the first test from 5 meters, and I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, we set up for the first test. All zombie businessmen, and as you can see there, each zombie businessman has a different health. And they're fluctuating wildly. So there seems to be a new random setup for your zombies' health, as in Alpha 19 I seem to remember all the zombie businessmen having identical health. Now you can see they all fluctuate. And what we'll do over this test video is we'll actually keep track of all the health, all the zombie businessman health, to try and figure out what the top and what the bottom of that range is. Okay, let's switch on the AI and attract these guys' attention. And there they've all dropped off, and let's take a quick look. Ooh, I switched off God mode. So by walking off, not one of these zombies has actually taken damage. Okay, I'm going to quickly set up, and then we can carry on with the second range. Okay, and we're ready to test the jumping zombie at 5 blocks high. Let's get a little bit closer and a little bit above them so they can't jump on top of me. And let's switch the AI on. None of them wanted to jump. Okay, let's set that up and try that again. Okay, let's try getting a little bit closer this time. Okay, so we're right up close now, still at 5 meters. Let's see if they'll jump this time. Nope, they don't want to jump. There, I'm within hitting range, and when I move slightly back, they just walk away. One of them managed to jump. So basically at 5 meters, you can basically put whatever temptation you like in their way. They don't really want to jump at you. Okay, so let me set up on the 10 meter and we can try that again. Okay, we set up on the 10 meter. And now we want to see if these guys will walk off. Let's switch on the AI. They seem to be walking off nicely, so let's just switch the AI back off again and see what happened. Okay, he's taken no damage, nothing. So at 10 meters, walking off, we don't seem to have taken any damage. Okay, I'll clean up and let's just set back up again and test it. Okay, we set up for the 10 block jump. So let's see what happens here now. Switch the AI on. Okay, they all seem to have jumped off, and as we can see, there's quite a bit of damage here. Okay, let me set up for the next test up on the 15 block high. Okay, and we're back set up at the 15 block high. Let's turn on the AI. And there they've all walked off. So let's, whoops, almost damaged myself. Okay, so at 15 blocks high, they start taking damage when they're walking off. Not very much, but damage nonetheless. Okay, let me quickly set up for the next test. Okay, we set up for the 15 block high test to see if we can get them to jump at us. So let's switch off the AR, or let's switch on the AR. Okay, we managed to get all of them to jump at us. And that bugger jumped on top of my head. So let's go and take a look and see what damage they did. Okay, not too much. He did quite a bit. So these guys did quite a bit. But I seem to remember this guy jumped on top of my head. So he actually didn't jump, he dropped. And I've got a feeling that this one actually got bumped off the pedestal over there, because he jumped sideways instead of towards me. Okay, but we'll add that all to the test results and see what we come out as. Okay, let me go and crunch the numbers quickly, and then I will set up for the test on the 20 high block. Okay, we set up on the 20 high block. Let's turn on the AI. And they've all just walked off. Now I'm struggling a little bit to get accurate data here, because you can't really determine whether these guys are all walking off or jumping off. On the 15 hard jump, the 3 I know for certain jumped, we got about a 33% damage. The other 2 were between 9 and 11. Okay, here we can see at 20 meters, they start taking damage just from walking off of the block. So let me quickly crunch the numbers and clean up and set up for the next test. And we're back on the 20 meter block to try and get these guys to jump at us. So let's switch on the AI. And actually let's go a little bit higher. I'm hoping that they don't manage to jump on top of me. Okay, so we got all 5 to jump correctly that time. And whoops, let's put on guard mode. Okay, he's taken quite a bit of damage. Okay, so these guys have all taken quite a bit of damage from 20 meters. So let me crunch the numbers quickly and set up for the next test on 25. And we're back for a retake on the 25 meter retest. And you'll notice I'm a lot further back this time, because I tried it earlier, and it seems to be that the higher you are, the further the zombie will try to jump at you from if you're away. So I moved a little bit further back, and let's switch on the AI. Hey, even this far back, they're still trying to jump. So let's take this one as the jump test then. And yeah, we've taken quite a bit of damage. So all of these guys have taken quite a bit of damage. And I was literally standing almost straight above this tree, and they tried to jump at me. I wonder how far back I'm going to have to go to get them to walk off the edge over there. Okay, let me crunch the numbers and clean up and set up for the next test quickly, and we'll take it from there. Okay, and we set up all the walk-off test. I've moved considerably further back. I've got to the limit of what they actually hit the ground at on the last test. So let's switch on the AI. They seem very hesitant to walk off over there. Okay, and there's the last one. So let's go and see. Okay, they've all taken damage. This guy's taken absolutely no damage at all. I wonder if they fall on top of one another, if they don't take damage. Because he definitely walked off and dropped. Okay, so let me clean up quickly and set up on the 50-meter pedestal. Okay, so we're back again at the 50 block high pedestal, and we're going to try and get the guys to walk off. I've moved considerably far back to hopefully prevent them from jumping. So let's switch on the AI. Oh, and one of them still wanted to jump. And one of the guys still went and jumped. And I take it this would be the guy that jumped because he's the furthest away. So let's actually take him out of the equation then, because we know for definite he jumped. Still, the guys have got considerable damage from that height. Okay, let me quickly record the information and set up for the next test. Right, so we set up for the 50-meter jump test. Let's switch on the AI. Okay, we've got 4 jumpers, 5 jumpers. Yes, success. I've struggled a little bit with this one to get these guys to jump off. Okay, seems to be a reasonable amount of damage to each of them. Let me crunch the numbers quickly and set up for the walk-off test off the 100-meter block. Right, and we set up for the 100-block drop, and I've built a bit of a cage here to prevent them going off in any direction other than the one that I actually want them to. So let's switch on the AI and start attracting their attention. They seem to be very hesitant to climb off here. I guess anyone would be. Let's move a little bit closer. Don't want to move too close in case they start jumping. Let's just pull myself up a 9mm and some 9mm bullets here. And try shooting them with a gun and see if that doesn't help them move along here. Okay, even shooting them doesn't seem to help. They just don't want to move. Okay, there we're finally getting a bit of movement from them. Okay, these guys are extremely hesitant to jump off of. Oops, there they've knocked one of them off. 2 of them off. There's the third one go. Let's just see if I can push him off. Okay, he doesn't want to come off at all. No matter what I do, I can't get him to go off here. Ah, there we are at last. So let's go and take a look and see what happened here. Okay, so he's taken considerable damage from falling off. They've all taken pretty decent damage from dropping off the top over there. So 100-meter drop or 100-block drop, even on a walk-off, seems to do considerable damage. But I don't think many people would build a base that way in the game. Okay, let me crunch the numbers quickly, and I will see you guys once I'm set up for the jump test from 100 blocks. Okay, so we back and set up at the 100 block height. Let's see if we can get these guys to jump. Very, very reluctant. Okay, there we are. We're getting some movement. Okay, there's one jumper. So why are they wanting to go away from me? Okay, let's turn off the AI. And let's go and take a look at the jumper that jumped. Where did he go to? Okay, there he is back there. So he was clearly wanting to come and beat at the wall. So he's done a decent amount of damage over there. That's basically 33.9% damage. So let's get rid of him. And we'll head back up and I will see you guys at the top. Okay, let's turn the AI back on again. They seem to be blocking one another there. They just don't want to jump. He's fallen off. Okay, it seems that no matter what I do, I can't get these guys to jump. So let's call it a test there. And we'll just use the one that we did manage to get jump as the baseline. Okay, I'm going to go and crunch the numbers quickly and we'll come back with the results. Okay, so I've crunched all the numbers and thrown them into a pivot table, or 3 actual pivot tables. And basically what we can see over here is that a walking zombie gets a gradual increase in damage up till about 50 meters. So somewhere between 10 and 15 meters, the zombie starts taking damage. Then it quickly shoots up from 15 to 25, where you get your biggest increase. And it seems to max out at 50 meters for a walking zombie falling off. But you would have seen in the video at the 50 meter block, or the 50 block height, you struggle to get the zombies to actually walk off the edge. At 100 meters, I literally had to push the guys off the edge to get them to get the numbers. So I couldn't really get numbers for the 100 meter for the jumping. It was literally one zombie that jumped. On the jumping, you can see from 5 meters you already start getting damage. So if you can build a base that forces the zombie to jump at the base to attack it, you already start gaining a damage. And that jumps drastically if he's jumping at 10 meters. Now, basically this over here was pretty easy to accomplish. At the 10 meter mark, we managed to get the zombies to jump pretty easily. I would assume though that whatever base that you're using, the block that they're jumping against is going to need to take a lot of repairs. And the jumping zombie shoots up very rapidly up to the 20, where it seems to max out. And you can see from both the walking and the jumping zombie, maximum damage seems to be about 33.6. I've seen in the raw data that one of the zombies got up to a 34% damage, but this seems to be your average is 33.6. Now your minimum damage for jumping is about 1.5 on average across the lot. Or on all of your zombies that jumped, 1.5% was the lowest damage any jumping zombie did. 34% was the highest that any jumping zombie did. While in walking, it was 0% min and 33.9% maximum. But remember that 33.9% was at 100 meters in height, or 100 blocks in height. Now on this business zombie man, we used a lot of zombies to do the testing. We used 65 that are recorded, and there was quite a few takes that didn't make it into the video. And in that, we got a maximum health range of 143 and a minimum health range of 100. This is a pretty significant amount in your difference in your health. I don't know if it changes with your higher up zombies, but if you've got a 43% variance between your bottom end of your zombie and your upper end, it could be quite considerable if your zombie is 160 to 200 health points. Okay, and that's basically all the information for this video. If you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like or comment below, and I will see you guys in the next one.